Hello, I'm Bruce Grogg, President of Stone Edge Surfaces, and where we are is our Picayune, Mississippi facility. This factory here, we make all the Stone Edge Surfaces products. We also make them out in our Arizona facility, and that's also where our corporate is. Out here we have the facility itself, the factory behind me, which you can see, buildings 1 through 5. Plenty of room for expansion. And we also have our quarries out here in Mississippi, which we're going to take you on a tour of that too. So come with me, we're going to go on a tour, and I'm going to show you how basically product is made, and you'll see where your Stone Edge Surfaces products come from. So here we are at our Picayune, Mississippi quarry. This is where we pull all of our aggregate, our sand and our gravel out of. The building that you just saw is our drying facility, and that's where we have our drying lines. So we pull it out, it's wet, we have to dry it before it can be packaged and used in our products. We're going to go over and we're going to show you a little bit more about it and how it works out here at the facilities. So we are out here at the dredging operation, and you can tell by the sand and the gravel that's all around us. The bottom line is we use everything that comes out of the ground here, whether it be sand and gravel, road gravel, all the way to the sands that we use in our mixes. So it's the aggregate is what we call it. But from the very fine sands all the way to the heavier sands, and you can see by the screening materials and the different lines behind me, it gets screened out and then it drops into the different piles, to all these piles of sand all around us where the tractors move it all around. And then all of that gets dried and taken over to the plant to be put into the mixes. Just came out here to our quarry and ran into Van Stockstill. Van is in charge of everything out here in Mississippi. And Van, what actually happens out here at the Mississippi facility?
Well, Bruce, we have 89 acres here of raw materials, and everything we actually do as a finished product starts right here. We dredge 60 to 65 foot deep here, get about 102,000 tons per acre of raw materials that we dry and screen and process into 10 different gradations. Each gradation that we make goes into some finished product that we manufacture at our Palestine Road facility. So, and I think that number is somewhere around 200 different finished products.
200 products.
Over 200 products that we're actually manufacturing there now. But it all starts right here at the mining operation.
How many years do you think we have of mining capability here?
On this particular property right here, we have probably 25 to 30 years. Just to the south of us here, we have another 102 acres, which would be another 75 years or more of raw materials to create the finished products that we manufacture.
Very cool. Well, Van, thank you. Van is president of Consolidated Aggregates. Thanks for taking the time to talk to us for a minute, and we'll let you get back to work.
All right, thanks.
So we're inside the drying facility now. Very noisy in here, so you're gonna have a lot of background noise. But this is where the sands come in. They come into the dryer. This big tube behind me over here is the furnace. So it comes through, it rolls through that furnace. It rolls and rolls, and it's hundreds of degrees in there. What it does, it dries it out. So when it comes out the other side, it goes through a screening operation, and it gets split up by the different sizes. We're going to show you that separately, but I'm just telling you what it does in this part of the facility. Side of the Stone Edge Surfaces drying facility, where we showed you on the inside where the sands come in, they go through the big heaters, they get dried out, then they go through up those through the screens, up the chutes, and then they drop out of the other side of the chutes into the bays of different sizes. So behind me, what you're seeing is the bays that they all drop into, and then from those bays, we take the different sizes, and they're used in different products, from small to large, pea gravel all the way down to superfine sand. And this is where all the sands come from that are dried. The tractors pick them up here, we load them up and put them in big bags and take them over to the factory. So as a quick example, here's some of the sands that actually come out of one of the chutes. And you can tell by the sand size, this is a little bit bigger. But if you look on the wall right behind me here, you'll see the sand size that's in this particular chute. And as the camera pans that way, you can see all the different bays, and you can see the sand sizes on those bays. So today we're doing pea gravel. So you can tell going through the dryer, it's coming out the other side, dropping into the bin for the pea gravel. And the loader that you just saw is going to scoop this up and go put it in maxi bags. It's a 3,000-pound bag. So here we are, we're out here still at the plant in Picayune, Mississippi. As you can see in the very background over the far building is building 1, you got building 2, you have building 3. Behind me over on this side you have building 4. All this property as we pan around going this way is all our property. We've purchased that for expansion. And then in the back over here is building 5. Building 1 you have a few different products, including the Stone Edge Surfaces line, which is the most important line of all of our divisions. But in this particular building 1, we have mixing, we have bagging lines, quite a bit of product comes through here, as well as the other buildings. We'll go through those. And further up in building 1, we also have the Stone Edge Surfaces area, which I'll be showing you next. And what you can see all the way around is Stone Edge Surfaces products. We have a lot of products in our warehouses from all of our other different divisions, but this whole section right here where I'm standing is all Stone Edge Surfaces products. We're actually inside of building 2. Inside of building 2, you can tell by the amount of equipment that we have on both sides of me. We have multiple bagging lines, mixing lines. We have a dryer on this side of it as well. Because this whole side of it over here, we do pack mix, we do consolidated aggregates, we do wet edge technologies, we do Stone Edge Surfaces. Basically all the lines run through on this side over here, all of our different divisions. So this is building 3. Over in this building, we do a lot of different things, including pack mix, which is one of our other divisions. We also have Primer 100, which is in this division. That's a Stone Edge Surfaces product. But you can tell by all of this equipment here, we do a lot of bagging, mixing. Different size products are made over here, especially in the pack mix line, which is bagged concrete products. So we're actually standing inside of building 4. Buildings 1, 2, and 3 is where the product is actually made. Building 4 is mainly storage for all the products that we make. So now we're inside building 5. What you're looking at is our newest bagging facility and machinery. We build all the equipment, by the way. We have our own fabrication shops in Arizona. We actually build all of these chutes, everything but the conveyors and things like that. But we build everything, and then we ship it out here, and that's how we build our factory. So this is our newest bagging operation here, and mixing and bagging operation in building 5. The space down at the far end is also segregated for another bagging line, which is in the process of being built right now. So we have a whole other bagging line going in there. Plus we picked up all the property behind this building, and that's where we're going to build more facilities basically and more bagging operations. So we're at the Mesa Facility for Stone Edge Surfaces. We're going to take a tour of this facility now, and I want you to come along with me and let me show you everything there is to know about Stone Edge Surfaces. We are in Mesa, Arizona. This is the bins you can see over here on my right. Basically just like we have out in Mississippi. We have a lot of different bins. Difference is where we have the Quarry out there, and we actually put the product into the bins. We ship it out here in 3,000-pound bags. Those are all the blue bags you see over there. And then we actually fill up our own bins out here so that we can scoop it out with the tractors. The tractors then take it and put it into the different hoppers that you can see behind me. Okay, those hoppers feed into the bagging lines and the mixing lines. So it goes through the hoppers into the mixing lines as one of the ingredients, gets mixed in for 10 minutes into those big mixers that you saw. And then that's what happens basically in building 1 over here, and also building 3. So we're in warehouse 1 here in Stone Edge Surfaces. And what you'll see behind us, this is warehouse 1. You can see the equipment down at the far end. There's 2 lines down at this end. And this whole area down here is all Stone Edge Surfaces product. We do make other products in this warehouse as well. But right here, this is Stone Edge Surfaces. You can see some of the deck resin. The empty buckets are getting ready to be made. That's going to be more deck resin. We actually make our own and bucket it ourselves. So we're in Mesa, Arizona. This is building 3 in Mesa, Arizona. What we have here is another one of our bagging lines, mixing lines. And this is basically where a lot of our different products are made. We do a lot of aggregate that comes out of this particular mixing line here. So we're inside building 3. Building 3 has all of our raw goods, plus it's our storage for all of our packaged goods that we've already made. And then from here it gets staged and out the door. So we are in the Mesa Facility. In the Mesa Facility, we have our own fabrication shop. In our fabrication shop, we create and make all the equipment that we use throughout the different factories. So right here is the dryer drum. This is what we use out in Mississippi. This is where we showed you in the Mississippi plant, where the sands go through it and rolls and rolls, and it all gets dried out, and then goes into the chutes, and then over the chutes into the piles. So here at Stone Edge Surfaces, we're in the Mesa Facility, and this is one of our laboratories. We have a laboratory in the Mississippi facility, and we have one here in Mesa. Justin Pugmire is our lead chemist and scientist. He runs this lab, and right now he's actually working on a Stone Edge Surfaces product. So Justin, what actually are you working on right here?
Actually, I'll take this off. So what we're working on here is our smooth coat for our decking system. So this will be our top coat. This is just a small demonstration testing varied thickness for prolonged cracking and observation.
So what you do is you basically take our mixes, you try to make it a little bit better if you can.
Correct.
You take mixes like Smooth Coat we've had out for a little bit, but right now you're working on some intricacies, trying to make it a little bit better.
Absolutely, yes.
These are the discussions that we've had. And you'll test in the lab, and then where does it go from the lab? What do you do when this
After
is
we
tested?
test small scale and are comfortable with that, we'll send out to our head technician, Greg Hensley, and from there he'll do a larger scale test, and then we'll find some nearby clientele to go even larger scale to verify our findings.
Oh, fantastic. So we test it in the lab, then we do test it out in the field before we ever release it into the general public. Is that a correct statement?
Yeah, this is a correct statement.
All right. Thank you very much, and here we are. Thank you, Justin. Thanks for letting us talk to you, and we'll let you get back to work.
Absolutely.
Hey, Bruce Grog, Stone Edge Surfaces. Here we are in our Mesa Factory. And what we're doing right now is we're actually making Stone Edge Surfaces products. So what they do is they take the ingredients and put them into the different hoppers, one ingredient at a time, and then that comes down, gets mixed perfectly, perfect amounts, goes into a large mixing vat, which mixes for at least 10 minutes, comes up the chute, drops into the big hopper up there, then it actually drops down into the bags, gets mixed with everything together, including aggregate and everything else. As each product gets bagged, one at a time, we actually pull them off, we weigh them to make sure that there's enough product inside each bag, and then if more product needs to be added, he will actually add a little bit of product before it actually gets sealed. So right now he's doing the weighing, while one of the other gentlemen is doing the bagging. Check it. If it needs more, he'll put more into it. Checks the scale. When it's all done, he'll put it back on the conveyor. Put the conveyor. It's going to go through the sealer. And they'll pull it out of the other side, and they'll go ahead and stack it 56 to a pallet. So we've toured the Mesa facility, we've toured the Picayune, Mississippi facility. So now you've seen our complete factories, you've seen all our buildings, what we do, how we do it, and how we actually make the Stone Edge Surfaces products. So, thank you very much for following me on this tour. Look forward to seeing you next time.